Hi, guys, and welcome to another episode of the Systeme.io podcast with me, Natasha Pinto. Join us as we discuss all things digital marketing and entrepreneurship. Here, online business owners take us on a journey, how they went from zero to launch. Today, our guest is Sam Dey. He's an online marketing consultant, YouTuber, blogger, course creator, and the founder of Dey Tips, a website full of educational resources. Hi, Sam.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, it's going well. It's lovely to have you on the podcast.
It's great to be here.
It's very exciting. So I know our listeners are going to be very interested in how you got started online. So what's your history? How did you get to where you are now?
So my start actually happened by accident. A lot of entrepreneurs who are online, who I speak to, actually have a similar experience. So I've always been entrepreneurial. I kind of watched my mum do a lot of offline businesses whilst I was growing up, and my dad as well is very entrepreneurial. So I kind of have been around it all of my life. And I started my first business at around about the age of 15.
Wow.
And I have a musical background as well. So I was teaching music to younger children. I was going to schools and academies and offering my services as a music teacher. And then at 17, I tried to scale the business to where I had members of staff, and I had different classes going on around South London. But I struggled to get the business profitable. So I was working 2 or 3 jobs to try and sustain this business. And right up until I was in university, the first year and second year of university, I was like working 2 jobs, trying to run this offline business, and kind of running myself into the ground almost. And in just before the start of my 3rd year of university, I realized I've got this big dissertation to do now at university. So I couldn't manage all of the jobs I was doing, running a business that wasn't profitable, and also getting a good degree. So I made the decision, look, I'm going to pause the business for a year and I'm going to focus on my degree. And I quit all of my jobs as well. But I needed an income. So I said to myself, I remember I just received a parking fine and I'm sitting in my kitchen and I was like, if I pay this parking fine, I've only got like £300 left in my account. Like, what am I going to do? And I was like really stressed and depressed. And I said to myself, I want to sell on eBay. And that was the beginning of what I thought was going to just pay for my travel to university and kind of just get me through the year. And I started in the e-commerce game, researched some products. Funny enough, I literally just done a collaboration with Alibaba.com, which was one of the web platforms that I used to start sourcing products online. And within a few months, what I thought was going to just buy me lunch, I was turning over $4,000 a month online with very little experience of what I was doing at all. And I was like, wow, when I finished university, I was like, if I just put all of my resources into actually understanding what I'm doing, then I can really do something here. So yeah, that's kind of how I started online, started documenting my journey online when I was doing e-commerce, and it turned into the YouTube channel, which is Dey Tips. And yeah, that was basically the start.
Oh, awesome. So a happy accident that kind of blew up into something much bigger. That's fantastic 100%. And really inspiring. So yeah. What were you studying originally?
So my degree was in theology. Funny enough, I'm doing absolutely nothing related to that now. But I didn't really get the degree because I always knew I wanted to be self-employed. And so people always ask me, why did you study theology if you knew you wanted to be self-employed? And it was a mixture of reasons. Firstly, because I had to convince my parents that I was doing something productive. And theology, because I've been, I grew up in a Christian home. It was Christian theology. It was like, this was an easy degree. Like I kind of like, I've been taught
everything,
all my life. So I was like, this is an easy degree. I can do this degree to a certain extent, get a decent grade, and also try and run the business. So it was 3 years for me to kind of pretend to my family that I was studying something, whilst I knew really most of my time is trying to run a business. And also I used the university grant, and I put it all into the business. And so where you're supposed to be like buying books and, you know, all of the things that normal students are doing, I put all of my money into my business. And I was like, okay, by year 3 of university, I want to be full-time self-employed, which I thought was going to be the offline business. It ended up being the online business. So yeah, I kind of cheated the system a little bit.
No, but I suppose that system doesn't necessarily like fit everyone's plan. So yeah, you gotta find a way to cheat it and make it work for you, definitely.
100%.
All right. And then now that you are in the thick of it with this online business, have there been any obstacles that have kind of had you pause, and how do you handle them?
Oh, good question. I think a lot of the obstacles kind of happened very early on. I think that the biggest obstacle was changing from being e-commerce to doing what I'm doing now, which is the consultancy. I think e-commerce is a great business model, and it taught me so much, and I fell in love with it. But when I did leave university, it became really exhausting. And I noticed there's so many models out there that you can adopt to kind of like make the process a little bit more seamless. But success can be very overwhelming. So, you know, just saying that the figure even of, you know, 4K a month whilst I was still in university, it sounds great. But the reality of that is multiple trips to the post office every single day, customer returns. And obviously I was very new to e-commerce, so I didn't really know what I was doing. And if you make certain mistakes, and back then I was selling on Amazon as well, if you make certain mistakes on Amazon, they threaten to shut down your account. And that can be very scary and overwhelming, or people threatening you if the product arrives and it's damaged. So there was just a very huge learning curve, and a lot of stress that is involved with running that kind of an operation. And that was one of the reasons why I decided to transition from being fully purely just e-commerce to doing a lot more of the digital marketing that I'm doing now. And I had to kind of retrain and relearn SEO, website building, had to learn platforms like Shopify and Google Ads. And the landscape is constantly evolving and changing, and staying on top of all of those changes, especially as being a consultant, like you're expected to always know what's going on. And Google, Facebook, Instagram, they're changing all of the time. So kind of like staying on top of these trends is probably the most difficult thing that I find challenging as well.
I suppose, and that's also a double-edged sword, because that constant change means that you've constantly got content to create. You can create more courses on the new thing that they've done, but you also have to learn it first.
100%, yeah.
All right. And then can you give us a comparison? So when you started out, you were making that 4K a month. What is it like now? So how much are you making now? You can give us a ballpark figure.
So yeah, so when I started out in e-commerce, it was 4K a month, and then I've kind of transitioned now into doing loads of different things. So whereas it was just e-commerce and I just had one kind of business model, now I have multiple business models and multiple income streams, and I transitioned from it being very hands-on in terms of, like I was saying, like sending products to my customers, and I was working really hard for that 4K a month. Whereas now I can easily do a 10K month and not work. A lot of my income now is very passive. And if I am working that month and I'm working really hard, then sky is kind of the limit in terms of income. I can, you know, in terms of like my income streams now, obviously YouTube is an income stream. I work with LinkedIn, and I help them to kind of develop some of their online marketing courses as well. I'm not like allowed to disclose how much I make with them, but I do have multiple courses on SEO, e-commerce, Shopify, how to set up a Shopify ad. I have an affiliate marketing course with them, and I'm developing an affiliate marketing course with you guys as well. And as well as that, kind of my own online courses as well, which do extremely well. So I've got a few best-selling courses on Udemy, and a few of my own courses on my own website as well, where I kind of have a monthly membership too. So I think what the biggest change for me was the passive income. So in terms of like I was happy and I was content with the e-commerce at the start, but I was kind of seeing videos on, oh, this is how you do affiliate marketing, or this is how you create passive income. And I was really kind of like obsessed with learning how to make my income more passive, so I didn't have to kind of break my back to just make an income kind of thing. So that was the biggest shift for me, was, okay, I can make 4K a month by working this hard. Can I make that without working as hard, working 3 or 4 hours a day rather than 10 to 15 hours researching products kind of thing?
Yeah, that's awesome. And then can you tell us a little bit more about your process when you are creating a new course? So how long does it take? How much time do you spend on each element? That kind of thing.
So it depends on the course, and it depends who I'm creating that course with. If it's a course that I'm doing by myself, and it's not connected to any company, then that course usually takes the shortest amount of time, because I know my audience, I know what they watch on my YouTube channel, I know what emails they respond to when I email them, and I know what kind of posts get the most interaction on my Instagram. So I kind of know what courses to create. And there's nobody to kind of like have to like oversee my work. So those, I can literally sometimes create a course within 3 or 4 days.
Oh, wow.
If I'm doing it by myself. A LinkedIn course can take months to create. So the first course I ever created for LinkedIn, I was actually surprised. So they saw my YouTube channel, they saw the marketing content I was creating and the journey I was on. And the first course I created with them, they flew me to LA.
Oh, wow.
So I went to one of their recording booth with their recording studios. They have like a whole recording set up there. They've got, I had a producer and a director. A lot of these, the pictures are on my personal Instagram page, and it was like a whole thing, my first SEO course. And so that course took about 2 to 3 months to prepare, in terms of like creating the outline for the course and sending it to them. And obviously we're in different time zones as well, so it takes a while for them to get back to me. Multiple Zoom calls about how we was going to film the course, what I was going to wear, and when I arrived there on set as well, it's like hair and makeup as well. So for the first time in my life, I was wearing makeup, and my mom and my girlfriend at the time were laughing at me, because I was like, I don't know how to remove makeup from my face after each recording session. So yeah, and so that course was very involved. It's a mixture of like being on camera and also like demonstrating certain things in what they call booth cam, where I might be demonstrating, okay, this is how you perform a Google ad, or this is how you do a Facebook ad, or this is how you rank your website in Google. So yeah, those courses can take a long time, but when you see the final result, and LinkedIn are very they're perfectionists, so everything has to be on point. And so from down to what I'm wearing, to how I'm speaking, how I present my slides, and everything I do, I have like a director in the room. And even recently, like my last course was a few weeks ago, but because of COVID, it has to be remote. So I'm doing the courses from home. And so they literally are on Zoom. So my directors are on Zoom and telling me how to position the camera and where to put the lights and stuff like that. So yeah, it's a whole thing, but I've learned so much from it as well.
That's fantastic. And yeah, I agree. It definitely depends on what you're creating. And like you said, you're an expert on your audience, so you know what to deliver for them. But I suppose working with other companies and other systems, then yeah, you've got to kind of bow to their requirements. But I'm sure those 2 months were worthwhile, and like what you produced was amazing.
100%.
All right. And then can you tell us a little bit more about Day Tips? So how did that little platform get started? And then do you have any plans for it in the future? Are you going to expand it to an online academy or university? What are you doing there?
Awesome. So yeah, so that kind of started back after I finished university, and I was making money selling products online, and I literally was just like, I should kind of just document this. I don't even really know why I decided to do it. I was inspired by a few people in the blogging world who were heavily involved in affiliate marketing. So people like John Chow, Darren Rouse, they kind of inspired me to start blogging. But I'm not really much of a writer, so I decided to do it on video. And I was just kind of teaching what I knew at the time. So I was teaching people about how to source products, how I go about sourcing products profitably, and listing them online, creating websites for my products, listing them on Amazon, eBay, some of the things I encountered that I struggled with, and some of the wins that I had and stuff. So I was just kind of like documenting my journey. And then all of a sudden, people started to subscribe and started to watch and started to ask me for tips and advice and stuff like that. And as I was getting in more and more into marketing, I kind of just started to teach what I was learning as well. So I would do a course, or I went to America a lot to learn marketing from different experts, and I would constantly teach whilst I was learning. And I think, I'm not sure where it's written, but I know that a common belief is that when you teach someone something, you learn it more. So I was teaching whilst I was learning. And then the channel kind of grew into where it is now. And I got discovered by a lot of companies who loved what I was doing. And through that process, I've been able to collaborate and work in multiple ways with, like, as I mentioned, LinkedIn, Fiverr, Alibaba, like loads of companies that I kind of really love. And through that process, I've just learned so much as well. In terms of like the future for Day Tips, I at the moment have the membership site, so people can go and like sign up to just learn marketing, learn how to optimize their website. A lot of the stuff that I teach on YouTube or in my courses, people can learn that. I think the future, I want to kind of expand that aspect. I want to start blogging more on that on the website as well. I want it to just be a platform where you can go and learn how to promote your products or your services online, kind of thing, and be like the #1 resource for free information on how to do that effectively, and also paid courses and subscriptions as well.
Okay, awesome. And then can you tell us a little bit about your new course that you're releasing with Systeme, the affiliate marketing one?
Yeah, so that's going to be available on Udemy. It's going to be about passive income, and how you can use Systeme as a way to create income as an affiliate. So affiliate marketing is something that I think a lot of people overcomplicate. It can be a great resource, but then there's people who try to sell spammy courses about, making money without doing any work, where really and truly it does take a lot of work to become an affiliate. So during that course, I'm going to be speaking about my journey as a YouTuber, how I've been able to gain subscribers and make passive income as an affiliate, and how I go about choosing the right affiliate programs as well. It can actually be a supplementary income. So some people use affiliate marketing as their main income. Obviously, as a YouTube creator, I've got over almost 600 videos now on my YouTube channel,
Wow.
which has generated, over 2.5 million views collectively. So when you think about that, it's multiple opportunities to sell or promote affiliate products. And so I'm going to be going over how to create an audience that would be interested in the affiliate products that you plan on selling. So a mixture of learning how to build an audience, learning how to build an email list, picking the right affiliate programs, ones that help to generate passive, consistent income as well. So there are certain like affiliate programs where they pay you monthly, subscription programs. So for example, I'm part of Aweber affiliate program, which is a monthly subscription. So if I get people to sign up to Aweber through my affiliate link, then I receive income every single month, as long as they stay a customer. And just to kind of give it a little bit of context, my Aweber video on YouTube has over 10,000 views. And so more or less every month, I get affiliate commissions, or I get new subscribers signing up to Aweber. And that's just YouTube, but there's also like so many different ways you can promote affiliate products as well. So yeah, for everyone who is thinking about it, wants an extra stream of income, it's a great resource. And even on the flip side of that, if you're promoting a product or a service and you want to use influencers, then having an affiliate program attached to your website is a great idea as well, because when your influencer promotes your product, you can give them an affiliate link, and that incentivizes them to sell more. And you can also track how well that influencer has performed. So it's kind of a twofold thing, both for an increased income, but also for your website as well. It's great to understand how affiliate marketing works, so you can utilize it on your platforms as well.
Oh, brilliant. And then you use Udemy. And so according to Skill Scout, Udemy is the #1 course platform for e-learning. Why do you think it's so popular?
It's really easy to sign up, to buy courses, to learn, and they make it really easy to sell courses on there as well. So although I've tried, and I do have courses on other platforms, I just find Udemy the most convenient and the easiest. So they're making it so simple. I can easily email my list and promote my courses to my YouTube subscribers. And there's very little friction with them buying and taking the course.
Yeah, and they've also got one of the most enormous audiences of like over 12 million students. So if you've got that kind of reach, why would you not tap into it?
Exactly, 100%.
Okay. And then what about ads? So how do you advertise your courses after you've created them? And what do you recommend?
So it depends on the course. If I was doing like a really big launch for a course, I've already got an existing audience. So it's a little bit easier for me. I can promote it to my audience directly, but I can also use what's known as like retargeting campaigns as well. So my email list and my website visitors, my YouTube channel subscribers, I can create ads that only they see. And I know people might be thinking, why would you create ads to people who already know about you? But as someone if you're someone who creates content on whatever platform, you will know about reach. So you can have 100,000 subscribers, but only 1,000 people might see your video, and only 500 people might click. It's just the reality of being a content creator. Whereas when you can promote to your audience using ads, then a lot more of your audience are going to see that, and they can click through and they can buy. Facebook ads is huge. It's one of the most successful platforms for me personally. And I preach about it. I teach a lot about it in different webinars. And I'm going to be touching on it in this course that I create with Systeme as well, and how you can utilize that. I mean, if you're someone who doesn't have an audience, then you're doing what's known as kind of like cold traffic generation. So you're creating ads to people who don't know about you yet. So what you want to do with those, if you're a course creator, is try and warm up those prospects. And that can be sending them to a landing page, and now you've got some traffic that you can retarget to. And then you can create a second ad for people who've seen your first ad, and they are warmer prospects. They kind of know a little bit about you yet. Similar to kind of like when I was buying my new car last year, and I was clicking on these ads for new cars, and all of a sudden I'm on Instagram, I see these cars. I'm on YouTube, I see these cars. So you're being retargeted because YouTube or Google know that you're in the market to buy a new car. And it's similar to if you're creating a course or selling a product. You want to track the clicks on your website, start building an email list, start building an audience, and retarget to people, and optimize your ad campaigns. And there's so many strategies we could go into. But I think the really big giveaway that I would say to anyone starting ads on any new platform is to have a test monthly budget. So that might be £500 a month, and to really be obsessed with the data in terms of impressions. Is it getting a lot of impressions? If it's not, then you might need to tweak something about your ad. Is it getting clicks? If it's not getting clicks, again, tweak something about the ad so that it entices people to click. And is it getting conversions? And if it's not, then you need to start thinking about your landing page experience and the product on offer, pricing and stuff like that.
Okay, so definitely be obsessed about the numbers and then test and change as needed. All right.
100%.
And then you said that in the future, you see that you're going to do more blogging and you've got some more courses coming out. What else do you see in your future? It can be business, partially personal. What do you see happening next for you?
Personal, hopefully I'll be getting married one day.
Oh.
Build a family. In business, I kind of see myself really just getting deeper into marketing. It's my passion. So I want to kind of get back into the e-commerce game a little bit more, set that back up and kind of use my own e-commerce journey as a kind of case study, so I can take people along the journey of what I'm doing, how to do it successfully, but also in a way that's not too overwhelming. So that's kind of where I see it.
That'll be a great one, I think, because you've already got this original background in it. You've done it before and you've learned so much since then.
100%. Yeah.
All right. So then in closing, a few short questions. So is there one book or podcast or course or resource that you would recommend to our listeners just starting out that could inspire them?
Oh, very good question. So there is one book called Platform by Michael Hyatt. And that was a book that I read when I was just starting out in terms of trying to build my YouTube audience. And that really kind of gave me a nudge in terms of understanding certain things. So he's a really successful blogger. He's been a six-figure blogger now for years, probably doing way more now. I haven't kept up to date with what he's doing recently. But yeah, that was a really good book in terms of building an audience. And you don't have to be an influencer to build an audience or to want to build an audience. But if you want to sell something online, then you need an audience to sell to. So that's a really great book for that. In terms of courses, LinkedIn Learning are not paying me to say this, but they do have some really great courses. I'm one of their instructors as well. But even myself as an instructor, I learned so much from the LinkedIn Learning platform, whether it be SEO, even just design. Like there's so much on there that you can learn, and it's not going to break the bank. It's probably the same as a Netflix subscription. So yeah, it's definitely worth investing in.
All right. And then is there any advice that you would give to your 18-year-old self looking back now?
Get on YouTube sooner. I think it is a great platform, and also produce more content on Instagram. I think Gary V preaches a lot about content and being on TikTok and stuff like that. And I think if I was on Instagram as much as I was on YouTube back then I would probably have a really bigger audience on both platforms. So yeah, just get online, and that's where it's at, really.
Okay. And then as a course creator, are you also a consumer? So is there a course outside of your niche that you'd maybe just take for fun?
Outside of my niche, that's a good question. Cooking. I do a lot of I do a lot of cooking, get a lot of cooking lessons just from my parents. I'm trying to get them to pass down some of the stuff, but yeah, I do watch a lot of cooking videos, and every now and again I might take a cooking course if there's something I really want to learn how to do. But yeah, I consider myself a mini chef in the kitchen. So yeah.
That's awesome. And then finally, where can our listeners find you? So if you let me know where they can find you, I'll pop it in the tags.
The best place to find me is on YouTube, under my name, Sam Dey. Dey is spelled with an E, so DEY. Also on my website, daytips, DEYTIPS.com. And that's where you can download like my free guide, which is like, I call it the formula. So it kind of takes you through everything, really. Like my channel it can be a little bit overwhelming for newbies who are trying to sell online. So that kind of touches on everything you need to know, from SEO to influencer marketing to Facebook ads to, everything that is important. And then finally, Instagram, at Dey Tips, again, DEYTIPS. And I'm open for questions as well. So if you want to send me an email or shoot me a DM, then I'm happy to answer that. And yeah, anyone who's on LinkedIn, I'm on there as well. Just find me by my name. So yeah.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Sam, for joining us today and for giving us your time. And thank you to our listeners. If you're watching us on YouTube, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. And if you're listening to this on a podcasting app, subscribe to the Systeme.io podcast so you never miss an episode. Systeme is a digital marketing software platform packed with all the tools you need to grow your business.